How's it going, people? Roller42 here. Things have been getting interested in the video games landscape, weren't they? Google finally announced that they are going to be participating in the industry with their Stadia device, which is basically a streaming box, except that instead of being like a Netflix box, it's for video games. People have been excited for it. Everyone has their own thing. They feel good about it, they feel bad about it, they don't have faith, they have faith. Me, I'm rather indifferent about this, because you see, my problem with devices like this, and my problem in general with the idea of simply streaming your games as opposed to, you know, buying them on a disc or buying a digital license and downloading the game, is that this device is depending entirely on an internet connection. I mean, I'm sure this is going to work out. It's perfect for some people that do have consistent internet connection but can't afford to have the proper devices in order to do gaming, or can't simply afford to have every single platform available. This thing supposedly has cross-platform, and this could bring in some really good stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe this thing is gonna be awesome. Problem is, this is also a Google product. You see, Google has a habit, a really bad habit, of bringing up new projects, not implementing them properly. I mean, they already have a track record, and when it's pretty clear that people are not adapting to this new stuff and people are not willing to use it, then the project gets discontinued. Yes, there are word that this has a lot more to do with YouTube, that this thing is going to boom a bit more because they are trying to make it easier for this thing to let you stream the games, play the games, and then record them and put them on YouTube. After all, besides Twitch, YouTube became a very big platform for sharing gameplay. But again, this reliance on internet connectivity and this being from Google, it doesn't help. The best example I can give you of why Google isn't very good at some things and why some of their experiments fail, look no further than Google+. You guys remember Google+, right? It was supposed to be the next big social network. They wanted it to have everything that Facebook and Twitter had. They wanted it to be very active. People didn't want to use it. They were not feeling it, and they already had two major social networks to do their stuff. That's fine. Then Google decided that in order to get everyone to use it, they made it obligatory that all and every YouTube account has to be a Google Plus account. If you want to use YouTube, you gotta use Google Plus. It kinda worked, and it kinda failed for Google because people went ahead, they made their Google Plus accounts for YouTube and then proceeded them to use them exclusively for YouTube. No activity at all in the Google Plus platform, only the YouTube stuff. But yeah, I know there's a good chance that I am wrong about this. Like I said, there's a good chance that maybe Google actually knows what they are doing here. But again, they are fighting quite the uphill battle. Because not only are they fighting against the idea of the internet becoming more stable and more accessible for people, and I mean the kind of internet that lets you stream these kind of things, but they're also fighting against internet service providers. And I already seen other people coming on Twitter and Reddit and telling me, well, if this thing works out, if there is a demand for the Google Stadia thing, there is a good chance that internet service providers are going to have to improve their services everywhere, and we are going to win because of it. Which is fair enough, I guess. It's a very nice positive thought to have. Except we have the issue of, you know, the internet has become a major service for everybody around the world. There is a consistent demand for the internet because it has made everybody stay in communication better than any other service has ever done. But even then, even with the necessity of the internet for communication, even with the roaring success of Netflix, other digital distributors for media, even with the success of video games, online gaming, online services and all that stuff, internet service providers have not done anything to improve their services. To the contrary, We got Ajit Pai, you know, that very lovely guy from the FCC, or whatever the organization is called, pushing to end net neutrality, pushing to let private corporations have full control of the internet, and they intend to use it to throttle things and force people to pay for better packages if they want to get better internet. Meaning that internet in general is not really becoming any more accessible than it was before. If anything, is getting worse. And honestly, you're gonna have to forgive me for being skeptical, but I really don't feel this one gaming device is going to be the thing that finally puts a dent in how greedy ISPs get. I really don't believe it. It's also not helped by the fact that even though they did promise there is a lot of good things coming up for it, they only ever showcased Doom Eternals. I mean, like I said, this thing has promise, but at the same time I doubt it's gonna work. But here's the other thing, and the other reason I wanted to make this video. The claims that this could work is great, but for me to see this thing succeeding means that gamers are going to get another alternative, another way to play their games, which is always great. The problem is that with every new video game device that comes out, with every new alternative there is to video games, we always get people coming out of the woodwork and claim that X thing that just came out is going to kill consoles and the PC. It happened with mobile gaming, it happened with the gaming on the tablets, and it was happening with the Ouya, it was happening with the online service, you know, the original streaming service. It happened when they announced the PlayStation Now service, and it's happening right now. And I can't help but think, why does it have to be like that? I mean, sure, times change, and there is indeed a good chance that the internet is going to improve, and before we realize it, proper internet speeds are going to become the norm for everybody, no matter the country, no matter what is happening. But again, this is a thing that relies 100% on the internet. Without an offline mode, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. The point I'm making is that if Google Stadia succeeds, that's going to be great. It can actually coexist with everything else. It's probably going to become a new little fad, it's probably going to make consoles a little bit quote-unquote irrelevant, but that's not even the point, because it's not going to make consoles go away. And it's certainly not going to kill console gaming for good, the way mobile gaming has not killed console gaming for good. Because once again, consoles and the PC, they all still bring boatloads of cash. And if, what some YouTubers have said before, gaming companies would rather have all the money instead of simply having some of the money. Because why would you want to kill one source of income when you can have them all? Pretty much. I get it that competition is important, I get it that it is nice to have video game companies and any company at all competing and improving things for everybody, but to take it to a point where you feel like console gaming is going to be killed for the billionth time, I don't think so. This is kind of similar to what console gamers tell Steam users about putting all their eggs in one basket. I want to say the same here, like, just because something new is coming out, don't count on it killing the previous version of a service. Because so long as there is demand for something, it is still going to exist. And again, conditions are going to have to be met, because this is one service that relies on a service that is not very reliable. At least not for the kind of stressful functions that Stadia wants to do. But anyways, I think I have rambled long enough. That's how I feel about Stadia. It has the potential to be great, but it also has the potential to fail. Anything can happen, anything can change, so who knows, I wouldn't mind being wrong. What about you guys? What do you think about this entire ordeal? Do you believe in Stadia or not? Let me know in the comments area. I always enjoy listening to your feedback. You can agree, disagree, whatever. I welcome all feedback. As for me, that is going to be it for this video, so thank you very much for watching, and as usual, I'll see you all in the next one.